Hi crafters! Today we're putting together something truly interesting, a 3D Christmas carousel. With its festive red and green stripes, scallop trims, and tiny reindeer all around, this piece is the perfect mix of holiday charm and classic carousel fun. It works beautifully as a centerpiece and a unique decor. Let's jump right in and start building this Christmas showstopper.
This design is definitely a bit complicated, not gonna lie, but let's get through it step by step. First, you'll attach the two deer pieces together to make the structure more solid. Then, add a second layer to bring out the details and give it more depth. Don't forget to include the smaller elements too, like the saddle and the headstall. They're simple touches, but they really complete the look. These little decorations are what give the whole piece that extra Christmas vibe. Now, take the big dark green octagon-shaped paper and start by folding all the flaps along the scoring lines. As always, the scoring lines are already in place, so you don't have to worry about uneven folds or messing up the alignment. Just follow the guides and let the paper do the work for you. Once you've folded along the main lines, pay attention to the small corners of each flap. You'll want to bend those in slightly. It's a little extra step, but it makes the final shape come together so much smoother. Next, grab your glue and carefully connect the mini flaps to one another. Work slowly, pressing each connection firmly before moving on to the next. Now grab the red piece and fold it along the scoring lines, just like you did with the green one. You'll be stacking this layer on top of the green later, so pay close attention to placement. The most important part here is making sure that the holes and slits line up perfectly between the two layers. Once everything looks aligned, stack them together and secure with glue. Don't forget to add glue along the sides as well. Then press it down gently to keep everything in place without shifting. Now that the base is finished, it's time to start working on the center pole. For this step, you'll be using paper strips, and you'll notice that they come in two different colors. First, take the white piece of paper and begin folding it along the scoring lines in one direction. Keep folding until the paper naturally starts to curl. That curling is exactly what we want, because it will help us form the pole into a rounded tube shape. Next, take one of the colored strips. Start with either green or red. Add a thin layer of glue and carefully attach it to the white base. Then alternate the strips, green, then red, repeating the process until the entire piece is done. Once you've wrapped them all around, glue the two ends together. This will complete the tube that forms your sturdy center pole. Now, let's move on to the next part. Take another large green octagon piece and start by folding along the scoring lines, just like we did with the first one. You'll notice that this piece also has those small corner flaps. Carefully fold each flap inward, then add a thin layer of glue to connect them together. Take your time here. Press each flap firmly so the structure holds its shape nicely. Once that's ready, let's work on the white strip piece. You'll see it already comes with scoring lines, so follow those carefully and start folding until it naturally curls. Keep bending along the folds until it can form into a smooth tube shape. This tube will later serve as a wrapper piece that fits perfectly with the pole we made earlier, almost like a sleeve that holds it in place. Make sure the edges line up neatly. then glue them together securely. The goal here is to form a clean, sturdy tube that will slide nicely onto the center pole when we assemble everything later. Now that the pole is finished, it's time to assemble the base of the carousel. You'll notice there are small strips on the pole. These are meant to slide right into the slits we created earlier on the octagon base. Insert them carefully, then flip the whole piece over to find the extra flaps from the white pole. Add a thin layer of glue to these flaps and press them down firmly. This step will lock the pole in place, making it sturdier and more balanced. Next, bring in the second octagon piece we formed earlier. This will connect the base and the roof together, creating the full carousel structure. Now, let's move on to the roof of the carousel. For this part, you'll start with the slightly undone circle-shaped piece. Just like we've done before, work along the scoring lines carefully, folding them one by one. The important part here is to always fold in the same direction, so the piece naturally curls inward. When you finish folding, take both ends of the piece and connect them together. Next, grab the red triangular panels. These will act as decorative roof tiles. Start attaching them one by one around the cone. Place the first triangle, then move to the next, and keep going in sequence until all the triangles are used up. Take a lollipop stick and insert it through the middle of the cone. Add glue around the base of the stick to secure it in place. You'll also notice there are small flap extras at the bottom of the cone. Fold these outward gently. They act as anchors for the roof. Place the cone directly on top of the carousel structure, positioning it like a cap. Apply glue to the folded flaps, then press down so everything sticks neatly. Once secured, you'll see the carousel roof come together beautifully, creating that classic carnival look. Now, even though the roof is already standing tall and looking good, it's not fully complete yet. First, grab the long green decorative strips. These pieces are meant to wrap around the roof as trimming. Before attaching them, fold carefully along the scoring lines. This step gives the strips a clean structure and helps them bend naturally around the cone-shaped roof. Next, let's bring in the gold strips. These thin golden accents are designed to highlight the green base, adding shine and elegance. Place them right along the edge of the green strip so the gold runs across the top like an accent band. This small addition creates a bright highlight and immediately makes the roof feel more special and eye-catching. Now we'll work on the smaller red and white pieces. These are used as candy cane style decorations. Take one red piece and one white piece. This alternating pattern is simple but very effective in bringing that holiday charm. Once finished, attach this red and white strip directly on top of the green strip with gold accents. The combination of colors adds contrast and depth, giving the roof a stronger Christmas theme. Since the green strip is longer than a single Cricut mat or sheet of paper can handle, it comes in two parts. Just connect the pieces neatly at the ends. Finally, it's time to attach the decorated strip to the roof. Spread glue along the inside of the green strip, then wrap it carefully around the cone shape. Take your time pressing it down so it sticks evenly without lifting at the edges. Once complete, you'll see the roof fully dressed with green, gold, red, and white accents. A polished Christmas carousel roof with a clean, cheerful finish. Now it's time to bring the carousel to life by adding the deer figures. Take a lollipop stick and glue one of the deer cutouts onto it, making sure it's centered and secure. Each stick will act as the pole for your deer, helping them stand upright. Once the glue is dry enough to hold, insert the stick into the small hole that's already designed between the roof and the base. Position it carefully so the deer sits straight, as if it's riding along on the carousel. Repeat this step for all the deer figures. It may feel a bit tricky at first, especially when lining them up evenly, but as long as you move slowly and carefully, everything will fall into place. Once all the deer are standing, finish the carousel by attaching the small flag on top of the lollipop stick that extends above the roof.
And there it is, a 3D Christmas carousel complete with reindeer, festive color, and a touch of holiday magic. I made mine in this size and style, but remember, you can always adjust the scale and colors to make it your own. Crafting is all about creativity and free will. If you try this project, share your version with our community. And don't forget to check out our other designs too. See you next time. Happy crafting. Bye.
Trizzy Craft.